Yeah, all right. So let's talk about SEO. We have a very nice representation of people from different backgrounds, somehow related to SEO, traffic acquisition, and all of that. I will have you guys present yourselves right now, and then we'll start with the questions. Emma, could you start?
Okay, perfect. I'll keep this short and sweet. Hi, everyone. My name is Emma. I'm from Gentoo Media. I've been in the business for about 10 plus years now, and we are an affiliate. So we're taking it from the affiliate side.
Yep, same here. My name is Darko, Gentoo Media. I'm the head of SEO there, 15 years in the industry. So yeah, nice seeing you.
I'm Alexey. Right now, I'm SEO consultant. I help companies with strategy, with audits, and also with internal processes. Not only what they need to do with SEO, but also how to achieve it really as a managers. I am in SEO around 15 years. I was self-employed webmaster, consultant, head of SEO, CEO of the company. So I know the SEO not only from the side which actually does it, but also from the side which pays for it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ksenia. I'm business development manager in Alpha Leads affiliate network, and I've been in this business for 6 years. I started as a business development manager of our internal in-house SEO team, and then switched to affiliate network. So me too. I know this, like this theme, this source from different perspectives of view. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, it's working. Hello, everyone. My name is Milan, and I'm the founder and CEO of Higher Quarters, a digital marketing agency, and we specialize in content and SEO services. We mostly work with affiliates, but there are companies that we work with that are in the operators part of the business. So yeah, we deliver content, translation, localization services, but also links, the technical part of SEO. So everything that has to do with traffic, we help our partners. So yeah, I've been around for the past 8 years in the business. I have 0 experience outside Higher Quarters. So the only thing I know is to be a director. Yeah, I've been around for some time. So yeah, that's it.
Hello, everyone. My name's Martin. Even though the picture there makes me look like a kind of depressed gay pirate, I am not a depressed gay pirate, only depressed. I'm the marketing director at ICS Digital, and we, very similar to Milan, we are a marketing agency doing all types of multilingual SEO, including on-site, off-site tech, backlinks, and all this type of stuff. So yeah.
So, and the first question, we have quite a mix here, as we have just demonstrated. So the first question is the recent big bit of news, Google's guidance around AI visibility. It has just came out. Some people may have not even heard much about it. Can you share in a sentence or two, each of you, what's your take on it?
I can start?
Yeah.
So if I'm being honest, before Friday, when the Google Core update was announced, right? Something about Friday, I was kind of preparing myself for this panel in a different way. But with the latest Core update, the things that they have announced are really big for my company and about the content part. So to be brief, in 2 sentences, I think SEO to these days really about high quality content, and at the same time optimizing just for AI isn't enough or isn't actually a good approach to take. You should be sticking to the conventional ways of SEO, to the traditional ones. So put your efforts into quality, whether it's because of the humans or because of the search engines, it will pay off.
Thanks. Martin, perhaps? Oh, okay.
No, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, I think that sticking to the conventional, traditional methods really works in this AI world how can we call it, and sticking to the EETA like guideline to develop your content is the best way, because what we saw, I think the hardest Google update that hit our affiliates, our webmasters hard, was last year before London conference, and we saw that webmasters that were using different approaches, generating websites, their websites got down. But again, our in-house SEO team, they were sticking to the developing the accounts of the authors of the websites. They were, doing their work properly. They did
Which
their
is a
homework.
great idea in any case.
Yes, and we saw that their websites actually got even raised higher with that Google update. So yes, I think that sticking to the old methods, but again, taking into account what you have now and using what AI gives you rather than fighting with it. It's a way to do it these days.
Martin, please.
Sure. I mean, I think the way that Google announces these things and the way it phrases them, I find increasingly annoying. I think just the way that they kind of very matter-of-factly will drop some of this stuff, but then they'll also retain an element of vagueness, means it is not as helpful as the type of helpful content they say they're pursuing. So I think it comes back to a little bit what Milan was saying about, quality content. I think when we think of what quality is these days, it feels more like it is differentiated content. It's something that's new to the AI or new to the the search engine's understanding of a topic. That seems to be what seems to be getting cut through. So in terms of the older methods around, verifiable information and accuracy, I think that's really important. But then a lot of people can be accurate. Not everyone can offer a different point of view or add to the, the totality of knowledge in a more personal or meaningful way. And I think that's the type of thing that is starting to stand out for affiliates, certainly. And that's what I'm sort of taking from this update, though I don't really, what they say and what they do and what they actually are able to do is like, I don't know.
Yeah, we know that quite a lot of their declarations are just that, principles and declarations, but no practical way to implement them. So yeah, fair enough. Alexei, your 2 sentences?
Yeah, I think it should be just a bit more sentences. I think just to be everybody on the same page, I quickly reiterate what actually Google dropped recently. They updated their guidance, they help about AI search, and they stated actually that a lot of techniques which geo guys tried to sell us last year, like LLM TXT, like chunking content, is actually doesn't matter. And they also cautioned about gaining mentions of your brand to improve its visibility. And LinkedIn in kind of a storm right now, a lot of debate about it. And my take that first, if Google warns about something, it clearly works. If it warns against gathering mentions, it means it works. Is it risky? Of course. Do you need to do it in a stupid, sorry way? Do you need to do it in an obvious way? No, because in that case, Google will notice it. But if Google clearly against something, it means they have no resources, they have no algorithm to actually neutralize it, and you can exploit it. And what matters about chunking, LLMs, TXT, I think it's definitely true, but not in the sense that it's super correct. Because there is a conflicting evidence on the manual how to build website for agents. They actually recommend doing LLS TXT, so they contradict themselves. But their guidance still useful in a way that they help everybody who not very aware about how SEO works to avoid spending a lot of focus and resources on techniques which in practice really have little value. I assure you that writing LLMs TXT will not have your site plummet to the top of the AI overviews. But to finish it, I'd say that I recently read a very shrewd take that we should rename SEO from search engine optimization to search everywhere optimization. And Google's take about chunking, for example, it's again directionally very useful because it helps you not to focus on minute matters. But it may be true for Google, but there is no guarantee it's true for ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Bing, and so on. And with increasingly more pronounced volume of search from another surfaces, not only Google, we shouldn't rely only on Google here.
And that's something that I've been saying for a couple of years, actually. I mean, it's not just search engine optimization; it's everything optimization. And I've been saying that for a while. And basically, yeah, that kind of puts a nail in the coffin of those geo guys, those whatever else they come up with, AAO guys.
We can just stop
yeah.
arguing about the
Yeah.
acronym and just
Yeah,
using
instead
SEO.
of coming up with the acronyms, yeah, it would actually be better to focus on the task at hand. Emma, Darko, do you have anything to add to this? Your 2 sentences, please.
Yes, I can add. We are all aware that Google made a massacre across all the niches, not only iGaming. My point of view is that traditional SEO still will work because that's the core of Google algorithm. It was a hectic viral influence from AI, even for the monopoly Google. They didn't expect this will rise so fast. So I would say that the knowledge is the king. Our brain is the engine still, and AI is the assistant. Still cannot take over all of this cloud agentic. Still a human needs to check. And still I'm waiting to see if AI ranks website for transactional keywords. Still I cannot see that. Of course, how to find my dog collar or where to find a dog collar in Malta. Of course, AI will help. But if you rank for online casino, which brings a bunch of money and so on, I think that still the fundamentals are crucial. You need to adapt to AI and all of these acronyms and terms that you mentioned. It's funny, of course, the LinkedIn hype and the LinkedIn viral thing that it's going across this. Now they block the canonical as well. It was even viral for canonical. So please don't eat that. Don't eat everything that you are reading there, and just take it with precaution.
Really, really good take. Emma, please.
I will keep to my 2 sentences or less. So what I would say, it's great that Google finally decided to give us something. Is it a case of watch this space? Absolutely. What I would tell everybody in this room and anybody listening is do not rush out to change your content strategy or to change your SEO strategy. It is a case of watch this space.
Okay, so that summarizes it pretty nicely, I suppose. Now to the next question. So our session is called Beyond Keywords. What are your thoughts on that? What is there beyond keywords? What really matters these days? What we should be targeting as our target for optimization?
Well, I have a couple of thoughts about that. First of all, we can see now different accounts from Telegram and from Instagram appearing in the Google search. So maybe you should build a network, not only like with your websites and link building. You need to build link building not only with the websites themselves, but also with an accounts and promote Telegram accounts and stuff like that, aside from the websites themselves. And second take, I think it's the deals that you're working with, because we can see that not all of them are working that well that they used to be. For example, I noticed that many webmasters are refusing to take revenue share as they used to. We all know that SEO is like long-term cooperation, but now in our ever-changing world, we can see that the products don't live long themselves, because we have a lot of opportunities. And well, to be honest, sometimes they try to reduce your revenue share, even somehow to move the players to other brands, for example, from your community. And so yeah, I think that when you're creating website, you need to have this strategy on how you will promote it and how you will evaluate it.
Yeah, so basically reputation management, brand management 101.
It's-
Fair enough. And,
I know-
that works nicely with the idea of everything all, right? Yeah. So who else has
Well,
any
I
interesting
know
takes?
Milan's going to have a very substantive comment. I've got a very quick comment, and just it's almost a nostalgic comment. Certainly, like pre-COVID, talking about the idea of like building links to communities and things like this. There was a wonderful time not that long ago when like some big operators would be building links to their affiliate partners unasked, not as part of the deal, but because it was a win-win. And I think that's really ballsy. B, it makes us a lot of money, so that's nice. But I just think it's a really nice example of people really putting their money where the mouth is, doing something that isn't just about their domain, but supporting other people. And I think that on a practical level, that can work really well when you think you're talking about search everywhere. Well, think about the real estate, think of all of the different ways people can encounter you. I think that's a really ballsy thing to do for the operators who do have that revenue to support affiliates who have been suffering. So yeah, that was just a very brief aside that brought back that happy memory.
Amazing, yeah.
My 2 cents on this. So I have actually a couple of remarks to make regarding keywords and how you can use them to your advantage with the appearance of AI and everything around it. So basically, we've been all of us have been talking about EAT. That's kind of a new term. At least for me, it has been around for the past couple of years, I guess.
If not
But
longer.
If not
yeah.
longer, yeah. But what is it about, generally speaking? The word it says it for itself, but it's about trust. And I think in iGaming, trust is a really important part of the business. Whether you're building trust from the point of a rider, whether you're an affiliate bringing new players to an operator, or whether it's an operator selling their product to the players, you have to establish a sort of a connection and a sort of some kind of trust with the user, with the end user. And how you're going to do it, I'm going to tell it from my perspective, from the content writing perspective. So in the recent years, we have seen an influx of clients looking for our writers as the authors of the content on their website. And in the beginning, I wasn't sure why that is so, but as the time passed by, I have seen myself gaining credibility on LinkedIn, but also seeing my writers gaining credibility because of their experience. All of the writers I have when it comes to English, let's say the biggest market, the biggest geo we cover, they have been around for the past 7-8 years since the beginning of the company. And more importantly, some of them are avid gamblers in their private life, so they know the drill. And when writing the content, they actually do it from it's a first-hand experience. With the AI, yeah, people will gonna use the AI for reproduction, and it's easier and less costly. Sometimes can be even a cost-effective solution. From my perspective, especially in the SEO part of the business, I think AI could replace SEO managers to a certain extent. But when it comes to writers, I don't think so. Why? Because AI still to this day cannot access websites if they're geo-restricted, or if a website requires signing up at all. They cannot assess the KYC, for example, at an operator's website. Talking about AI, while the writers, the authors can do it. And I actually did a case study with the company. So we haven't invested much in our own marketing, but like a year ago, we started doing the keyword analysis for our own website, and we started ranking for certain keywords. One of them was iGaming SEO. The keyword analysis itself wasn't that good because we included some keywords that we didn't want to rank for, but some of them were relevant for us, iGaming SEO, for example, and we actually started ranking for them. How it came into being, it's because of the content itself, because the writers who are writing for our clients did the work themselves. So I think high quality content will play an important role in keywords itself. However, what I wanted to actually say and make a point, you can actually use your keywords outside of your website. How? In what sense? EAT is very important. So make sure to spread the word about your brand elsewhere. It doesn't have to be your website. It can be social media and stuff like this. And I think Reddit will be an important place to spread the word, because I've seen a lot of players, a lot of affiliates sharing their insights on different subreddits. And I think you can connect, maybe you're ranking for a keyword. Why not
Okay.
create
Okay,
a
yeah,
keyword?
got your point. Got your point. I see Alexei is smiling interestingly to that.
Doesn't
what would
agree,
you have
maybe.
to respond to that? Yeah.
Actually, it's not very relevant. I thought that anybody thinks that their profession will be replaced the last. SEO manager thinks AI can do our job. Content writers think AI can write only shit. Programmers say it can't help with big projects and so on. Time will tell. But to the actual point, I think I have two takes about beyond keywords. First of all, SEO was beyond just keywords for a long time. Because keyword is just words. But for what Google and other search engines really optimize, it's user experience, whether your page, whether your content satisfy needs, matches the intent of the user. And if your happen to rank for keyword which looks similar, but actually your page can't help with this particular request, you could be quickly kicked out from the top just by click factors. It's nothing new. But the second take, I'd say, what can today mean that we beyond keywords? It's actually a bit under discussed about AI SEO. That like 10 years ago, it was a hot topic in SEO about personalization. It was the reason why, again, everybody started to say personalization will kill SEO. SEO is dead. Right now, SEO still is not dead. But personalization, in my opinion, didn't quite work back then. It was limited just geo factors and your search history.
Oh, and besides, if you go too deep in there, there is personalization, and then the next level is just
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, if you talk with your chatbot, and the chatbot has access to your calendar, email account, everything, personalization will start to rise really. And what user will see when they type prompt or keyword, it will be very different for different people. And I think it's under explored possibilities, and you can easily help yourself to gain traffic from personalized prompts if you explain very clearly on your website, on partner website, for whom your product is the best. It's actually just basic marketing work to explain that your product is not for everyone, but for specific audience.
Sure,
but now,
sure. Like audience segmenting.
Yeah, but now
But
it
actually,
has even more sense to do it because of chatbot personalization. Chatbots trying to personalize experience for users. Let us help them.
Yeah, so I have a follow-up question, if anybody wants to address that. We as SEOs, what should we assume AI assistants have access to for our users who will be searching potentially or trying to somehow otherwise surface our sites?
Most probably we need to have the best connection with the AI tools inside, with the employees creating the AI tools, so we know from where they're getting the data. No, of course I'm joking. I mean, follow-up question, but just to get on this one, I agree with the human writing. AI can write even lately even better than human writing. Talking about from a native Nordic people perspective, I manage the Nordics market, and I'm seeing that Finnish people, Swedish people, Norwegian people, they are telling me that AI sometimes can write even better, specifically Claude. But I'm not saying that this will rank. It's just writing. You never know. That's one thing. Another thing from a brand perspective, it was good that Skenia mentioned. Time will tell, but my point beyond keywords is that citations and brand reputation, I think, will be the next step where we are heading. Of course, for unregulated market, you cannot have this, but for regulated market, most probably you can focus more. But this is the if old school SEO people are here, they all know about people also ask box. So most probably that whatever you are good in SEO, you will be very good in any other term. So citation and brand reputation as much as possible, and wherever it's possible, I think is the next step. And a follow-up question on the AI tools regarding from where they're getting the data. Listen, Google, it's a monopoly. I don't think that AI tools are bigger than this monopoly. As I said in the beginning, they didn't expect this viral hit, but they control this. Most probably we will hear in a year time that they bought ChatGPT, I don't know, Perplexity. Sorry, no Perplexity because it's under Microsoft. But all of these other massive organizations that are popping up on the scene.
All right, and just a quick last question before we let the audience ask us something. Literally, let's just stick to a few words each. Let's not do a whole essay. So basically, with AI being present so actively in the actual organic SERPs, what's your take? What is the best approach to conquering that?
I would say the best approach is to divide these processes, AI as an enemy that is taking the place on the Google search page, that is, taking your players, your organic traffic, and as a helper in your day-to-day processes, in exchanging the experiences, in, for example, changing the automatization of your processes, and maybe taking AI instead of your workers. But yeah, also, and I think third process is ask engine optimization, because it's it's not being under discussion, and I think it's the future, because now you need not only to develop your website for the people, but also for ask engine, because it needs to refer to your website so that you could get any organic traffic from AI.
Emma, please. Yes.
Completely agree. So I would say AI is a friend, AI is an enemy, and not use either at an expense of your community if you have community sites, or at the expense of your brand. Both can be used to help, to hinder. It's really in your hands.
I mean, besides this, relating to exactly SEO and AIO, what I found a hint is that I started making the content structure based on traditional SEO, competitor research, and AIO research. Whatever AI wants to list your content with couple of, I don't know, before that we had like 10 subheadings in a page. Most probably now we need 40 subheadings in a page. Every single small keyword or topic you need to explain specifically in a more detailed way. So you need to go way more granular. The content structure that takes from AI overview most probably will help. Of course, if you're an authority website, automatically you will be listed in AI overviews. So most probably you are aligning and in a correlation with whatever wants the search intent to serve.
I think that's one area where we hopefully can be optimistic, because like we were talking about earlier, people will be getting different answers based upon the same query, based upon what the search engine understands about you. That will hopefully be an element of good news. I mean, I do think that's where we're going. And I think that'll be good, because it won't be on us to make quite so many choices or choose one audience over another audience. If we have material for all audiences, hopefully the answer engine will select the right, most appropriate thing over time. So that's where I'm broadly optimistic. In extreme brief, I do also have like one semi-scientific response to the point around AI dominance, and then one purely anecdotal. The semi-scientific one is stuff that we've seen in terms of looking back over hundreds of clients, even stuff that we've not done, but just doing a bit of spot the difference to see what is helping in AI. And it does seem to be a bit what Dark was saying about having a proper brand entity, or even having the attributes of a brand, even if you're not a household name, that type of stuff, and having enough of substance there to differentiate. The more anecdotal side is kind of what I've seen a bit of in my own work as a marketing person, like the type of writing I'm putting out there. It's not about doing the perfect article. In fact, the more idiosyncratic it is, the better it seems to be. So having some tolerance for human failures, quirks, I use a lot of ellipses, I use a lot of formally incorrect writing, but I think that is, anecdotally, I think that's going to have some power overall, because otherwise we're just going to have lots of word perfect bits of AI generated content out there, and how do they pick a winner? How do they know it's a real personal perspective? I think that really, really helps personally. But I mean, that's the more anecdotal side.
That's a really interesting point, Martin.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm not just a pretty face. Look, it's
Okay, does the audience have any questions for us? Yes, please.
How do you get your brand on ChatGPT?
You
Good
need
question.
mentions.
Very practical.
You need basically you need mentions. You need recommendation from other sites, verified sources that you are a good guy. Could be trusted. You could work with this. And with a connection to the previous question, AI is not a friend, is not our enemy. It's a reality. We should deal with it. And the better way to deal with reality is understand it. And understand it. I don't mean understand. Manuals of Google, not to debate whether you need chunking or not. Better way to analyze your specific prompt you want to be in, analyze your competitors, try to reverse engineer why these specific sites are here and we are not. Sometimes it's quite easy, it's quite obvious, sometimes not. But after a couple of experiments, you could catch it and actually exploit these feared AI overviews. Just a quick reminder, everybody fears AI overviews, but everybody seems to forget that SEO is about competition between sites, between advertisement. For example, right now, it's easier, it's at least theoretically possible to get traffic from AI overview than from traditional queries about betting, for example, because I tried to Google today from Spain. Huge banners of apps of operators. You should scroll a lot, but you could go to AI overview. It's a quite shitty answer. I'm quite certain that from this AI overview you could gain clicks on the articles which are cited there. So basically you need to reverse engineer what's going on in your specific query.
But what about ChatGPT specifically? We were asked
The same.
about ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is the same. You try ChatGPT, you see what it answers on different prompts, different variations, different locations. You understand which sites are here. You see the freshness of their content. You see what other sites mention them and try to do the same. In half of times, it boils down to getting a mention from the same site, from the most trusted sites, which are mentioned your competitors.
what I'd say very, very briefly, just based on that point earlier, Rael, about being more the anecdotal side of things, but being more differentiated. I also think it's about not just being correct or being a good answer, because hundreds of people can be a good answer. It is about how to be distinct in presenting that answer and giving a reason to be surfaced above other people, or more likely in a ChatGPT context, being surfaced alongside other people. So if somebody is the scientific response, let's say it's the National Health Service of the UK or the Mayo Clinic in the US on some health query, maybe there'll be some, this goes back to some of the very fundamentals of EEAT, expertise and authority. It's about what kind of authority are you bringing? And sometimes it's not credentialed authority in terms of academic. Sometimes it's lived experience. Sometimes it's a personal perspective. But I think also the freshness of content is some of it as well. That's kind of what we're seeing. Whoops. That's very aggressive.
May I? Yeah, so you ask about ChatGPT traffic that you are getting. I will be super simple there. First, I agree with Alex that mentioned that we need to deal with AI wherever it hits and wherever it goes. But if you rank top 3 in the search of Google, most probably 90% of it you will be listed in the AI overviews, and you will start getting ChatGPT, Perplexity, all of this referral traffic that you are getting. How to optimize for that? Just optimize for SEO. Use the AI overviews as a helper, and most probably you will start getting even more and more. Citation, brand mentions, and all of these things are coming in place that can gain your authority, and AI goes under authority. Always attracts authority. How you build authority? Full stack SEO. All the actions into one: technical on page, off page, PR, email, multi-channel marketing. So you need to be everywhere amazing, so ChatGPT can find you. If you want to be with the sharks there, you need to be a shark too.
Or use Parasite SEO.
Yes, and
Well-
stay there for 3 months or maybe more.
Yeah. As a moderator, am I allowed to answer? No?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say my answer will be really short. Consider if custom GPT is your use case. Yeah, one of the ways to do it. That hasn't been mentioned yet, so I thought I would add my 5 cents. Yeah, I mean, if for your particular case, custom GPT would make sense, or if you can come up with an angle how you could use it to your advantage, then that's your legitimate way to get into ChatGPT.
Makes sense.
Any more questions?
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.